And the man who's had the vision for this campus ever since he arrived and started July 1st, 2011, now in his 6th year, the 12th president of the University of Kentucky. A warm welcome for President Eli Capilouto.
Thank you, Carl. Thank you. And since a raindrop just landed in my glasses, I'll try to be quick. Polish-born scientist Marie Curie believed, "Nothing in life is to be feared. It is only to be understood." Now is the time to understand more, she said, so that we fear less. She underscored that although we may fear the unknown, it should not limit our desire to understand the unknown. As the first woman to win the Nobel Prize in Physics and the first recipient of 2 Nobel Prizes, having earned one in chemistry, Madame Curie was committed to science so that we may better understand our world, ourselves, and the delicate link between the two. This is the essence of science. This is the role of a university. And this is the essential activity we present here, in the heart of our campus, in the classrooms and learning laboratories that you will find in the new Jacobs Science Building. Today, with the dedication of the Jacobs Science Building, we reaffirm our commitment to science, discovery of the unknown, and the betterment of our way of life. This $112 million sanctuary of learning combines the best intentions of our commitment to the Commonwealth. First, the Jacobs Science Building is a new space for a new century of multidisciplinary science education. It was designed with an intent approach to put science on display and bring it within the reach of all who pass through the campus. Look in the back. They're outdoor classrooms that feature geological layers of our region, and many of the glass display cases highlight research conducted on our campus throughout the decades. Larger, high-tech laboratories provide a new dynamic for science teaching and engagement, even for large class formats. Technology-infused or teal classrooms encourage collaboration among small groups where students learn together, learn from each other, learn to work in teams, which we all know for employers is an essential job skill. And in between classes or after a midterm, students can gather in the common areas, including the new dining facility you find in the foyer of that vaulted atrium. And we also plan for future growth of research at UK. We included shell space on the south wing of the building to help expand our research enterprise and further support opportunities for student engagement in research. The second intention of this project is the manifestation of the impact levied by partnership with lawmakers, a collegiate athletics program deeply committed to the academic fabric of a university, and committed philanthropists investing in Kentucky's next generation of scholars. The absence of any of these partners would have meant we wouldn't be here today. It took all of us. So I'm grateful for the support of lawmakers, many of whom are here today, especially Senator President Robert Stivers. I think we're awaiting Speaker Stumbo, hope he arrives soon, Senator Reggie Thomas, and Deputy Secretary of Education and Workforce Development Brad Montel, who was a state representative when we requested support for this building and the Gatton College of Business and Economics, which is also part of the legislative package. And they are not alone in their support of this project. For many years, and I think at levels unprecedented in this country, the University of Kentucky benefited from the support for its academic mission from its collegiate athletic enterprise. We're one of only a handful of institutions with a fully self-sustaining athletics department, and one of the few who transfers dollars to the academic enterprise. Under the leadership of Athletic Director Mitch Barnhart, UK Athletics supports academic scholarships, our marching band, and now, with the dedication of the Jacob Science Building, one of the rare partnerships you'll find on a campus anywhere in the country. Under Director Barnhart's leadership, UK Athletics has taken a leading role in a series of strategic initiatives designed to improve this university. Their $65 million partnership for this facility is a partnership unlike any other in higher education, making the University of Kentucky and the University of Kentucky athletics national leaders and exemplars of how athletics support a university's academic enterprise. And finally, there's Cathy Jacobs and her late husband, Don, for whom this space is named. In her words, Cathy believes this: giving is simply more than writing a check. It's reaching out and touching someone's life. And have she and Don done this throughout their lives? Cathy is extending a legacy of transformation on our campus. She and Don's philanthropy totals well over $20 million. It has an indelible imprint on UK healthcare, the Markey Cancer Center, the Gatton College, and now $10 million in support for the Jacob Science Building. Their philanthropy is not about today. It is not solely about bricks and mortar of this building. It's about what happens inside as our faculty inspire students to pursue their passions. This is a day for the UK community. It is a day to celebrate the promise of science and discovery. It is a day that will be important in the history of our campus and the Commonwealth. UK is a transformed campus. Transformed so that our desire to discover and better understand the unknown will never, ever be limited. Transformed so that we can carry forward our mission to be the university for Kentucky. Thank you all very much for being here.
Thank you, President Capilouto. As the President alluded to, this can't be done, this scale of project, without the cooperation and help of our representatives and senators in Frankfort. And representing the Kentucky General Assembly, the Kentucky Senate President, please welcome Robert Stivers.
Thank you, and I appreciate being here. I do want to say that this is a much more pleasurable occasion than my last prolonged stay here on the campus. 2.5 months ago, I was with Dr. Karp having a small surgery and spending 10 days having a couple of rods and 4 screws put in my back. But it is a good day to be here, and I appreciate it. And I want to say this. I looked around, and my good friend Frank Shoup's wearing a blue tie. Frank, could you get me one like that so I can wear blue ties to events like this instead of red ones? But let me tell you about my role in this. In 2012, I became the Senate President, and immediately it seemed as if I better hurry. Started getting calls from people. The President called me and said, we want to talk about this. The Governor called me. And then Mitch Barnhart called me, and I thought, wow, I've never had calls from people like this before, and it was really exciting. And actually, Kelly, Joe called me and said, Joe Kraft called and said, this is a project that we really need to do. And so throughout this, they told me that it was supposed to replace and be the new center for I'm fine. I don't have enough hair up there to protect anyway. It's supposed to replace a building that my daughter was actually going to, that some 30 years ago I went to, that 10 years before that my brother went to, and then when I talked to Governor Beshear 20 years before that, he went to. So it was time to change. And in 2013, in a very collegial manner with both the House and the Senate, we passed the first bill that I got to sign as the Senate President, and it was House Bill 7 of the 2013 session. And this is what it leads to. But what is more significant than that to me is, Ms. Jacobs, your name will be on this building and your family will be remembered and President Capilouto will be remembered. But it is something that as I walk on here years after I'm gone and nobody even knows who I am, that I can look at something like this and see the young lady sitting next to me and think, I truly made a difference. And that's what it's all about, is making that difference, not for me, not for individuals of my age or greater, because the road that we are traveling down has been pretty much paved. We are creating new roads and new opportunities for the Commonwealth, but most particularly our young students. So I appreciated the opportunity to work with this group of people, and I'm proud, and I have in my office a picture standing behind the governor with President Capilouto to one side, myself, the speaker to the other side, and that is the first bill, as I said, that I got to sign in my official capacity. And it's not the phone calls I got and the great sense of pride about being the Senate President, but it was a sense of pride of making a difference for this state and these students. So I am very thankful to be a part of this and very thankful to be an alumni of the University of Kentucky.
Thank you, President Stivers. Our next speaker is a proud University of Kentucky graduate, in fact served as student government president during his time here, and he used that experience very well and wisely and has risen to become our Board of Trustees chairman. Please welcome Dr. Britt Brockman.
Good morning. 5 years ago, almost to the day, many of us gathered near here for the investiture of Eli Capilouto as the 12th president of the University of Kentucky. He promised then that we would and that we must transform this place to match the quality of its people. Residence halls, nearly 50 years old, deferred maintenance and building needs in the billions, classrooms and research space that was not accessible or able to handle the sophisticated learning and research capacity necessary for modern learning and discovery. Today, we mark once again how we have answered the challenge. Promise made, promise kept. This space, which we dedicate this morning, is a compelling symbol of what is now more than $2.1 billion in transformation that has changed the landscape of this campus. It is also a testament to the power of partnership. Because of the leadership of Mitch Barnhart and Eli Capilouto, an unprecedented commitment to academic excellence by athletics has taken place here, a $65 million contribution toward this $112 million facility. Because of the generosity of Don and Cathy Jacobs, a $10 million donation toward this facility and science education will elevate learning and research across the campus. Their generosity and support extends across virtually every part of this campus: the Gatton School, healthcare, science and research, and undergraduate education. Because of the support of our elected leaders who are here today, we've been able to fund more than 90% of this transformation with our own resources and the support of philanthropy. This 240,000 square foot citadel of learning will be home to the largest active learning space on campus. Every science student on campus and the vast majority of all undergraduates will be taught in this space or have the opportunity to do research. 5 years ago, we were challenged to dream big and accomplish much. By any measure, we have done that. And this morning, we pause to celebrate and mark what we have done and how our students and state will benefit. We have every right to be proud, but we have no time to be satisfied. There's still much to do. Over the next 2 days, President Capilouto and our board will deeply deliberate the challenges that lie ahead. We must graduate more students on time and without debt. We must reduce gaps that continue to exist for students of color or with financial need, while ensuring that this place is a community where everyone, regardless of background or perspective, feels a sense of belonging. We must continue to expand our mission of research, discovery, and healing to solve those concerns that most plague our state. And we must find ways, even in the face of economic headwinds, to deeply engage with communities and partners in every corner of Kentucky. In each of these areas, we are making undeniable progress. But that progress, as President Capelouto reminds us, and as our strategic plan makes clear, must happen now. It must happen more quickly. Today, more than ever before, we are poised to be the flagship land-grant institution that the Commonwealth of Kentucky needs. We are making investments in our people and this place in ways that expand and embolden our mission of service. This facility, in the heart of our campus, speaks to the core of everything we do: teaching, research, care, creativity, and service. It underscores that we have kept our promises made 5 years ago, but it reminds us of the challenges that remain and the stakes of success for our state and all those we serve. We are ready to answer that call. This building strongly symbolizes that fact. Our presence here today demonstrates our commitment to continuing our march forward. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Brockman. Well said. Students from across this campus, as Britt mentioned, will be having classes, doing research, being in labs in this building. And one of the main users of this building, the College of Arts and Sciences. And we are proud to have with us today the Dean of the College of A&S. Please welcome Dean Mark Kornblue.
Thank you. It's a pleasure to be with you here today to dedicate this amazing building. Senate President Stivers made reference to the ChemPhys building, which is where we've taught students science for half a century. That building played a transformative impact on this campus. That building helped made this campus a Research One university through a half century of science discovery. We believe that the building we're dedicated here today will play equally transformative role. I want to begin by acknowledging many of the people who, without their time and energy and countless hours of hard work, this building would not be standing here. First, Rich Riedel and Dal Clark and the capital management team of this campus have been amazing to work with. Rob Deal and his team of JRA architects took our dreams and made this a reality. Jim Collins and David Fath of Payette helped us dream what this could be like. Mark Hill and the entire Messer construction team built an amazing building, a huge building, in record time so that we could open it up in time for this year's class. And within the College of Arts and Sciences, I want to thank Mark Messer and the entire chemistry faculty, Vinnie Cassone and the biology faculty. I'd also like to recognize Kelvin Odell, who served as our project manager on this building, Scott Bradley, Jennifer Allen, Jay Young, Renee Montooth, and many other staff members who've put hundreds of hours and worked tirelessly to bring this to fruition. The Don and Cathy Jacobs Science Building is helping us improve education through exciting new models of engaged in-class teaching. The teaching space is composed of next-generation lecture halls, groundbreaking technology-enabled active learning classrooms, and labs designed for the 21st century. Although this is a science building, all disciplines are being taught here. This semester, maybe because I'm dean, I have the opportunity to teach a large first-year class on the current election in one of the new large lecture halls. I can tell you firsthand that this building is helping to change the way students interact, learn, communicate, and grow. They come to class, they're all there, and they come engaged and eager, and it's changing the way that we teach. The Jacob Science Building houses state-of-the-art chemistry and biology teaching labs. It places introductory and advanced laboratories in close proximity. Science students are able to see the pathway forward in science. We are working to make sure that students who graduate from UK are more than ready for the 21st century job market in the world. The building's designed not only for, but fosters student learning. We've put faculty offices, laboratories, classrooms, study space, and tutoring all in one location. We are already seeing students utilize the study space, make connections, take advantage of all the buildings has to offer. We've created a place for community here, and students are eating it up. Everyone who's had a part in designing, building, and poring over the specs, laying out the classrooms, moving equipments, and believing in what we envisioned has helped to create a state-of-the-art facility which stands as the embodiment of science and science education in the 21st century. When we began this endeavor, we wanted a building that supported active learning and student success, a building that would be the intellectual home for UK students. We got all we hoped for and much more. Thank you.
Thank you, Dean Kornblue. In the interest of time, I won't do a big introduction. Let's just say he's done a fantastic job. He's now in his 15th year as the Director of Athletics at the University of Kentucky. We proudly welcome Mitch Barnhart. Mitch?
And I too will, in the interest of time, be brief, be bright, and be gone. So it's an honor to be here today. Our goal in athletics is to enrich the lives of students who also happen to be athletes and compete for this university and representing the Commonwealth of Kentucky. And they position themselves for success academically, athletically, and socially in many, many ways. It's an honor for us to be a participant in today's dedication of this building, and it's a real pleasure to be with you. We do that in a variety of ways with our young people. We challenge them to excel on the fields, in the pools. We challenge them to excel in the classrooms, and we've got many, many that do that. I had the honor of being able to walk through this facility about 3 weeks ago with Dean Kornblue. And as we're walking through the building, I saw athlete after athlete after athlete that I recognized. One was just rode by on his bike and was waving as he rode by. Landon Young, our offensive tackle from Lafayette High School here in Lexington, Kentucky. It's been unbelievable to watch our young people enter here and enjoy learning here. Pretty special. Today, however, is a reminder of how important it is as a department to enrich the lives of the entire student body, not just our student athletes at the University of Kentucky. College athletics adds something to the spirit of a university and to a campus, and I don't think it can be replaced in any way, shape, or form. It's a source of pride, and it's a common ground for many, many people, as we'll witness this weekend, and we host almost 60,000 people in our facilities. For many of our future students, watching our teams on TV or coming to a game is the first exposure they'll get to a college campus. We're proud to represent our school in this way today. We're equally proud of the role we played in making this building possible. If it wasn't for the effort of our student athletes and the things that recur through the Southeastern Conference and things that we do in our league, the finances wouldn't be possible for us to have the sustaining department we have and be able to make this kind of a contribution over time for the many, many thousands of young people that will come through this building. As we cast our vision for transforming athletics, it was important for us that we contribute in a meaningful way for the transformation of the campus that Dr. Capilouto has so beautifully designed for us, and we're thrilled to be a partner to that. The Academic Science Building is going to serve thousands of students well over the coming years, and including the great number of students who just happen to be student athletes here on this campus. We've opened up the football training center about 2 months ago. And in that conversation, we talked about moving our program from good to great and from great to elite. We feel like we've made that move competitively. We're in that great world. How do we get to be elite? This facility, it's not just good, and it's not just great, it's elite. It's elite. When you talk about being the top 2 or 3 in the country, I asked Dean Kornblue, I said, where's this rate? I said, just give me a clue. I said, we in athletics, we love ratings. We want to know who's best and who's first, second, or third. He said, well, we're pretty close to the first. And I said, that's where we want to be. And that's who we want to be a partner with as somebody that thinks at an elite level, this is an elite place. If you haven't been through it, you'll be amazed, and it's truly, truly special, and it's an honor for us to be a part of that. We're joined today by one of our student athletes who is representing University of Kentucky in every way, shape, and form to the level of elite that we talk about. Cathy Reed. She's a sophomore softball player, and she carries a 4.0 average, and we're thrilled that she is with us today. And she is just one representative of the many that I saw as I walked through this building. They're taking classes in this building and having the honor to study there. She's far from the only one of our students that have been in that building, and I'm thankful that they'll have access to this building for the years to come, and we're proud to be a partner to all the plans and the dreams that Dr. Capelouto has cast for this institution. The Board of Trustees has allowed us to be a part of, and the government in Frankfurt has allowed us to have a hand in that as well. So thank you for all of our opportunities to be a part of this. It's an honor, and we look forward to watching many, many of our students walk through and graduate. Thank you.
Thank you, Mitch. And now it is a pleasure and with a great deal of pride that I welcome our honored guest. Her work and that of her late husband, Don, in philanthropy and volunteer work is known throughout Central Kentucky and, in fact, throughout the Commonwealth and beyond. Please give a warm welcome to the Cathy in the Don and Cathy Jacobs Science Building. Cathy Jacobs. I'll stand by.
Okay. Thank you all for coming. When I began to think of what I would like to say today, I remembered a passage from one of John C. Maxwell's books that spoke of a leader's legacy, and I quote, "Only a vision that outlives them, a vision connected to eternity, will fulfill a godly leader." My hopes are that Don's legacy will live on here at the Don and Cathy Jacobs Science Building, because a legacy is something you place in others, like an education. A legacy transforms others, like career opportunities that await students here. A legacy lives on long after you die, like this building will bless many for year after year. My desire is that our support of the University of Kentucky and the new science building will help others turn their activities into more greater achievements, that students' heads will be filled with productive knowledge and souls with inspiration for many years to come. I cannot think of a better way to honor my husband's legacy than this beautiful, iconic building that bears his name. I'm so grateful for his goodwill towards others, his uplifting spirit, and his boundless generosity. Thank you, President Capelouto, Board of Trustees, faculty and staff, students at this university serves for allowing me to share Don's legacy with you today and helping me honor him in such a meaningful way that will live on forever.
Thank you, Cathy. As Mitch spoke of, we have Cathy Reed with us, and she is a softball player. She's a sophomore from the St. Louis, Missouri area, and a 4.0 student, a little better than I did. Anyway, she's a kinesiology major. Please welcome Cathy Reed.
First off, I'd like to thank Mr. Barnhart for giving me the opportunity to join you all today on behalf of all student athletes. I'd also like to thank all of the donors, but Mr. and Mrs. Jacobs especially, for their contributions to not only the University of Kentucky, but specifically this new science facility. The University of Kentucky has enabled me to chase my dreams both in academics and athletics. I'm proud to represent all student athletes, and knowing that our athletic department played a part in the building of this new facility that will enhance the educational experience for all students on campus. Our athletic department holds all student athletes to high standards, and we take pride in our performance on the field and in the classroom. I believe that this new building is a representation of the commitment that our athletic department has to our education. Over half of the softball team alone is pursuing science-based degrees, and this state-of-the-art building with the latest technology will provide us with resources as we work towards our academic and career goals. The Don and Cathy Jacobs Science Building will provide endless opportunities for all students, and I'm looking forward to taking more classes within the hallowed doors of this facility. Thank you.
Thank you, Katie. Ladies and gentlemen, we've made it through. That's the end of the speech making. Yeah, John Herbst got the victory sign. You're welcome to go inside, take tour of the building. It's a wonderful facility. I've had the opportunity to be in it on several occasions. It is well worth seeing. So please enjoy the rest of the day, and thank you for coming, and thank you.